Hey, this is Time Bomb, and if it's your first time checking out the channel, hit that subscribe button to catch all the updates. Thanks a lot for joining me here today. I'm going to do a breakdown on a little mini scheme out of the Iform slot. This is out of the Bills playbook that I use it, but a lot of different playbooks have this Iform slot. The way that you notice it is it has this toss and the stretch, and then it has this fade smash and the little halfback blast that we will keep in there. So just add those two. This is what our audibles are gonna look like here. The 4 plays loaded up that we're gonna use there: the toss, the blast, the stretch, the smash. Look at the toss is solid to the right side of the field. The blast lets us pretty much go up the middle. The stretch we can alternate to the left or the right outside by audibling it to either side. And I just basically take a look at the defense against me and which way I want to run. This little scheme is super successful, so we'll start it off with the toss, and we'll just give us a random play to run against here. So you can see in this situation that it is wide open on the right side. They've used an unbalanced formation that you can just take advantage of. Boom, so much room. To make this even stronger though, what I like to do is to motion my wide receiver, and I'll even I'll put in a tight end to block here. See where Antonio Brown is on the wide receiver one position over there, and I'm gonna ID the mic over on the right side, someone like that, and I will motion him all the way over there, maybe give it a little fake, and then snap the ball once he makes it over, and they're just gonna pick up those blocks. You know, maybe make one move over there, and you can usually beat everyone. So that toss is super successful. I like to use it a lot when I'm in goal line situations. The stretch play, let's take a look at here. Now, the best thing with the stretch is that you can switch it either way. So you can run it to the right or to the left, switch it back. So when you're coming out of the huddle, usually I'll take a look how it's looking, and then I'll make my decision to go left or right. If I audible into it, then it takes another second afterwards before you can kind of switch the direction of it. A lot of times I like to run it to the left side of the field. Just because obviously the toss, you can't switch to that direction. So I'll use the same look where I'll motion my wide receiver, usually again usually a tight end audibled in, and I'll motion him over here, but I'll snap it right when he gets there. So you have to be aware of the fact that the spacing, if you're really close to the hash marks, you might not be able to snap the ball until he gets to the other side of the line or right over the middle, which can then get a little bit kind of annoying. Oh yeah, there is also one really weird thing about this formation that happens occasionally, which I've mentioned in my Are You Kidding video series, that when you snap the ball with that motioning tight end out of the Iform slot, there's like, I don't know, a 1% chance that it might mess up the pitch for the toss of it, and the ball will hit your tight end and you'll fumble it and you may not recover. So that has happened to me, like, I've got video of like 5 to 10 times of it happening, but I've run this play so many times. I don't know how many 100 times I've run that play. So there we go. And then the other play we can take a look at here is the blast. This one I use the least. It's because it's right up the middle. I don't tend to run this one just as much, but I do run it here or there, especially if they're anticipating. Basically, I'm setting up this play by running it outside so much, so then it's effective because they're anticipating me going outside, and then you can kind of just take it right up the gut. There, he was able to knock me down. But you might get the idea. If I see the spread line, you see here, I feel like just to run a lot better. See, there's like, look at that. Look how much gap there is between them there. And same thing, I would motion Brown over here. I've ID'd the DT, and he just gets a nice disengage and gets right at me there out of nowhere. All right, so that's not impressive. But also I like to have one little passing play that I can use, especially effective because when I'm in the red zone, they expect the run, then I run this little passing play on them where, I've got this tight end running this post right over the middle of the field, so, I can kind of find him, or I've got X kind of right there, the little hitch, so I can hit it, dump it down to him quickly, or playmaker him to the left or the right. So let's actually get the ball a little closer to the end zone here. We'll try this fade smash play out from here so you can get a better idea of it. Although sometimes I do run it from the 20 and throw a fade to the slot wide receiver there. See, he's running that nice little fade. A lot of times people don't cover it, or if they're in Tampa 2, it'll get over top of the cloud, so I'll use it a little further out. See, A, I'm usually looking for right over the middle. If it's not there, then I'll kind of run outside with my QB and take a look at the other routes if I'm not seeing A or B open, like, quickly. Boom, so you've got A right over the middle there for a quick touchdown. You see the coverage back away on it, you know you've got him. Or we can take a look at the slot wide receiver here too. This might be decent here. The coverage is going to drop in. Not covering him well. We get it up, and ooh, big one-handed catch there, but I was just high pointing it up to him. Or X as well. Oh, forgot to motion him out. You can see the effectiveness of that toss there as we get close to the end zone, though. Didn't even motion anyone over to help with the blocking. The fade smash here again, so you'll see I'm just take a look at X, see how the hitch just kind of drops right down. Oh wow, the pressure gets in there really quick on that one. See, the hitch just drops right down, so if I do run over there, he's just kind of standing there just waiting to be playmaker. Let's see if we get a decent block in there. See, X, I can't show you at all, but a lot of times if I can run my Brady's so slow, I'm sure that's not helping. Actually get him over there playmaker, and yeah, so this is not showing at all, but we'll take a look at some of the gameplay footage though, and we'll be able to see it a lot better. Alright, here we go. We got some footage of the pitch. We're taking a look. You can see the green box as well, so you know that the right side's looking like where you should run. We got him motioning over. As soon as he does, we're gonna hit that hole. We went inside on the blocking, and they try to tear him down, and he's able to pound it for a good 8 to 10 yards there still. This next one, again, see, I'm IDing that man who's the furthest over there. Occasionally, there'll be a CB who you can't ID who's that far over. As soon as he gets there, I'm going to motion him. Still need to make the spin, but then, boom, we're gone. Another little juke to get free. Able to get a solid 10 yards again on that pitch. And here we are right against the 1 yard line at 5 seconds left in the half, motioning him over. Again, he's going to pick up that blitz. Second guy, got to spin around, and then make a nice little truck forward into the end zone. Ricky Williams going Ricky Williams. Boom. Get that touchdown there. Here we go. We've got a stretch play, and we see him motioning his line over and back again. And I'm just taking a look at him motioning it again, and I'm going to snap him when he gets over there. And again, we're going to toss that ball over there, last spin, set him free into the end zone. Looks like we're running a stretch to the left here. He's going to hand that ball off. The blocking is just great. That guy can't find him. He's going to get into the end zone untouched. Stare down the camera after that touchdown. Here we go, stretch to the right on this play, and then I switch it back to the left. Even though we see the red box over there still, doesn't mean you can't run that way. And look at that, blocking's great. Gets a disengage, he's unable to make the hit, and boom, he's gonna get into the end zone, pretty much untouched there as well. Here we go, I'm IDing up the middle here, and he's gonna send his line back and forth. Look at those bright greens. Seahawks uniforms are so ugly. And I'm just gonna run that right up the gut there. See, that play will work out because I've set up those stretch and the pitch earlier in the game to make that play work right there on the halfback blast. So let's take a look at some of the fade smash passing plays here. We're further out. Look at this, from my own 30, and I recognize that B is open. I'm going to put that ball up on the middle of the field. He's got a step, Jerry Rice. So you can take that fade smash for big chunk passing yardage as well. Then when you're, inside the red zone here, look at the 5 yard. I'm going to drop back and find my tight end right over the middle. You see that coverage pull away. If there's not a user there, there's a good chance you're going to be able to high point that up to him. Here again, we're about from the 20-yard line, and I see B's got a step on the slot coverage, so I put it up to him. Big old high point play. You get those spec catches from Moss. He's going to be able to pull those down. Again, here we're coming from about the 10-yard line, and I'm seeing that it's all locked down, so I'm able to roll out to the side here and just do this little shovel pass up to X, and then he's going to be able to do like a little air truck and work his way into the end zone. So even rocking those little plays, like pitching it out as well, are pretty solid. So here's an example as well of what I was talking about when you're motioning that tight end over and your QB goes to pitch it and it just seems to mess up that fullback. It hits the fullback, not the tight end, and then you fumble the ball, you can lose possession. So that's the only downside to this slot, but yeah, this little scheme works for me so well. I've used it pretty much every game, and you should try using it out. And if something similar, if you haven't already, because even if you have the Iform slot, then it's either has the pitch and the toss and the stretch, or it just has the pitch out of it. And the pitch, I think if it doesn't have the stretch in it, then the pitch is actually reversible, because I know the Vikings playbook, you can switch the side of the pitch, unlike the one in this playbook. So let's give you some different options. Let me know what you think about this scheme. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and a like if you were down with this. Thanks a lot for checking it out. I've been Time Bomb. You guys are awesome. I'll catch you later.